The rage of today, the keto diet for weight loss. Is it really good? It is all over social media with claims that it helps in weight loss. Is it really good as it sounds to be? Let's find out the answers to these questions. What is ketogenic diet? Ketogenic diet is a medical nutritional therapy developed to battle epilepsy, and it was a long-forgotten diet those days, but now it is being practiced in many ways today, and one of those will be for weight loss, which is the current talk of the town. The diet is supposed to consist of a very high fat, moderate proteins, and low carbohydrate that is calculated in such a way that it allows growth without any weight gain. This is against the general recommended healthy eating suggestions. By eating very little carbohydrates, the body is forced to use the fat from the diet as a fuel. Instead of depending on the release of glucose from carbohydrate, the body derives its energy from the ketones from the fat, leading the body to be in a state of ketosis. What can you eat for this? Because the keto diet aims at high fat requirement, some healthy unsaturated fats like nuts, seeds, avocados, tofu, and olive oil is encouraged. At the same time, saturated fats from coconut oil, lard, full-fat cheese, and full-fat dairy products, butter, cocoa butter are also encouraged in big amount. Although protein is in moderation, small amounts of meats, fish, and eggs are the mainstay of keto diet. But this diet does not discriminate between lean protein food and protein with saturated fats like bacon, pork, and beef. A typical breakfast for keto diet. You need to restrict all carbohydrate sources including bread, pasta, cereals, and starchy potatoes, sweet potatoes, beans. You are allowed green leafy vegetables, cauliflower, broccoli, asparagus, and other non-starchy vegetables. What about fruits? Since most fruits have carbohydrates, a small amount of berries, in small portion. If thirsty, you are allowed to take water or any unsweetened beverages to quench your thirst and minimize alcohol. The next question will be, what does research show? The ketogenic diet nearly or almost eliminate carbohydrate, which is a nutrient essential in our diet that provides glucose for the energy that act as a fuel, which means most vegetables and fruits are also eliminated. With this diet and teamed with physical activity, there is definitely loss of weight initially, but at what cost? Cutting back on fruits and vegetables restrict the fiber intake, which can lead to constipation and missing the essential vitamins as well. Due to the exclusion of a variety of fruits and vegetables, including minimal inclusion of carbohydrates, there is a few nutritional deficiencies that you will have to correct, specifically B vitamins, potassium, and vitamins K, C, and A. Is keto diet safe to practice? Bear in mind that this diet is of high saturated fats, and this can increase your LDL, also known as bad cholesterol, which may put you at risk of heart disease. This diet pattern is not recommended for the following types of individual who are having one of these health issues like pancreatic disease, liver conditions, thyroid problems, and gallbladder issues. As for weight loss, ketogenic diet is considered exciting for those individuals aiming for a quick fix in weight loss, but you should know that the initial weight loss is due to the water loss from decreased glycogen stores and not due to the metabolism or fat loss. Again, there is appetite loss due to the increased ketone bodies, whereby you experience lesser sensation of hunger and so promote weight loss. Carbohydrate is the preferred source of energy to the brain and central nervous system for an individual's optimum functionality and also to maintain eye health. In this diet, ketones are used instead to fuel the body when fat burning from ketones are actually an alternative source of energy. As we know by now that the preferred source of energy to the brain is through carbohydrates, and in its absence the tendency to be irritable and having mood swings with a generalized weakness is common. Research also showed that the performance level of an individual is higher with energy from carbohydrate if they provide more energy to the central nervous system and brain. Therefore, the functional capacity or performance rate is high in comparison to energy derived from a ketogenic diet. Also noted that diet with minimum carbohydrate and proteins from a vegetarian source puts you at lower risk of cardiac disease. So there are a lot more to be studied and understood before keto diet is promoted for weight loss. Again, you need to think its long-term use and its effect on health, where more studies have to be conducted, and because of its restrictive measures, it is tough to be followed. Again, each individual will respond differently to this diet as it depends on the time taken for fat burning, ketones, that could be shorter for some and longer for others because it also depends on the basal metabolic rate and the body mass index. Although there are some short-term benefits in terms of weight loss and potential benefits for type 2 diabetes, with physical activity, yet there are the red flags to be considered if you intend to follow this diet. Moreover, it may be frustrating too and impact their motivation to continue with this diet and may likely gain weight by switching back to their original pattern of eating. Once the popularity of keto diet is off from the public, there will be an emergence of a new fad diet. It is therefore wise to adhere to a diet with the inclusion of all the essential nutrients from carbohydrate, protein and fat in moderation and teamed with physical activity. Aim to lose weight gradually. Eventually, all these restrictive diet plan may be hard to follow, and going back to the previous pattern of eating will likely get your weight to return. Registered dietitians are the right people to guide you back to the path of wellness.